One thing I want to talk about is the artificial, what do you call it? Artificial somnambulism. And in this stage, we have to complete multiple stages. The good thing is that none of this stage uses any energy, so you can just do it. You can retry, do it until you complete the fight. Alright, so each of it has 5 stages, so which means there's total of 50 stages here, and as you progress, obviously it gets more and more difficult. You are rewarded with clear drop, and every time you complete one of the fight, you are given 2 stars. Okay, so if you complete all 5 and get all the stars, then you get 10 stars. This 10 stars actually indicates here your total reward, and it says reward reset in 3 days. So if you get this up to 100, like what I have done here, so every 1 week I will be able to get free, okay, of 360 oneric fluid, 2000 Shapodonti, and moment of dissonance. So again, in the long run, if you can get the star as high as possible, in the long run you get more resources, which is why this was the thing that I am focusing right now. I want to go as far as I can. So yeah, but the problem with this mode of event is that this event is permanent, but the limbo part actually changes per week. So what happened is that, okay, once you hit about level stage 6 or stage 7, I can't remember exactly which one, then it start to have that lockout. Okay, the first one you use 3 character, at the end of it you only can bring 2 and bring it forth to the next fight. The other character will be locked out. Then after that, you bring a new character in for stage 2. Then again, if you have completed, you retain 2, then 1 more will be locked out. But the previously locked character, which is the one that you use to clear stage 1, they will now be available to use again in stage 3. So it's kind of like every other fight, then you can and can't use the characters, right? So this is different from like default locked out. Like in Dare to Defy, once it is locked out, it's locked out for the entire 7 events. So for Reverse 999, it does not do that. But when you hit stage 9, then your locked out become 2 characters per stage. So you can only retain 1. And at stage 10, you cannot retain any. So technically you need at least like 6 characters in order to do this. Yeah, so initially in my gameplay, I started off with 3 characters. I maxed out all those 3 characters, and when I start doing this, I noticed that I am not able to do this if I do not invest in more characters. Okay, so I have to invest on 6 characters. I will show you the characters that I have and the reason why I pulled for them. But basically here in Limbo, so once I have completed surface of stage 10, then Limbo will be unlocked. So we can consider that this is the hard mode of the artificial somnambulism. Okay, so here what happened is that they features the same locked out, but it's only 2 stages. So instead of 5 stages, there's only 2 stages. Basically 2 fight per Limbo stage. Okay, and if you complete it, you get 100 clear crystal. This reset every week as well, and the rules can also change depending on week. I mean, they will change. So for example, if I go to stage 4 now, and let me see. Okay, stage 4 now. The enemy is beast. Okay, and it have, right, so it's beast. So which means I have to use characters that can counter them, like minerals. So if I'm not mistaken, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and every stage, they kind of feature almost similar right, like elements. They have that similarity. So every week will be different. So you just need to have a diversified roster in order to tackle different fight, different boss mechanism, enemies and all. Alright, so with that, I really wanted to do this, like I say, because in the long run, like if I wait till 1 month later, then I will lose out in almost like more than 1,000 clear drop, which is a 10 multi pool. So to me, obviously the clear drop is the most important resource, which is why I rushed and tried to clear as much stage in Limbo as possible. At this point I can clear 3, I cannot clear 4, they just hit too hard, my character is not high level enough, and they are just too tanky, so I do not have sufficient damage to win stage 4 at this point. Then after that we have stage 5 and stage 6. So in terms of character, when I found out about this Limbo, okay, so what I pulled first is that I pulled for Pickles, and I think just 2 or 3 pulls then I get Pickles, and for some reason I just want more Pickles, so I continued to pull another 2 times, then another Pickles appear, then I continued to pull another 3 times, then another Pickles appear. So I wanted 3 Pickle at least, is because I wanted him to have the buff to increase the damage dealt by 40% for all allies, which means makes him a very good buffer. So I spent 8 pulls on Pickles, and there is a beginner banner that in 3 pulls you were guaranteed to have a 6-star, and the 6-star can be Lilya, Eternity or Regulus. Okay, none of them are actually bad, it's just that how you want to build around them and how you want to use them. So I got Lilya in 2 pulls. Then after that I wanted a healer. So now in the banner there's Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy is one of the best, or is the best. Okay, it's not one of the best, but she is the best healer because she not only heals but she boosts the critical rate of the other units. So she's a very good unit. But what happened is that when I was summoning, right, this is the Tooth Fairy and this is a Voyager. I did not pull for this banner at all. And there is, apart from the beginner banner, there's also this permanent banner. And this permanent banner obviously have several of the 6-star units. Okay, like Druvis 3, Lilya, a Knight, Sodabai, Regulus, Centurion, Lee, Medicine Pocket, Eternity, Miss New Babel, and Voyager. So I just want to test my luck and see what I get. I actually wanted Lee because she is like a debuffer, crowd control characters, and it's really interesting. So I was hoping that I could get her. Then I pulled for this banner, but just within 2 multi pulls, Medicine Pocket came out. So since I already have a healer, I did not specifically go and chase for Tooth Fairy. Okay, I did not go and chase for Tooth Fairy. So I relied on Dikke. So I wanted 2 healers. So I have Dikke. I got her from one of the random banners. And at the same time, if you lock in 7 or 8 days, you can get a copy of Dikke as well, which is why I have her portrait. So she's a DPS healer, and the reason why I wanted 2 healers so it can be on both team, Team 1 and Team 2. So I will be able to tackle, what do you call it again? The Limbo, right? So I wanted 2 healers, so now I have that. Then I want Debuffer and Buffer. So I have Pickle as Buffer and Bkornblume is a Debuffer, and the good thing is that she is now in the Tooth Fairy banner. This made me kind of wanted to pull this banner, just to get more portrait for Bkornblume, because she's really good. She's 5-star. It's not that difficult to get her, but she functioned very well, and she's the best buffer for reality damage. There's 2 types of damage, which we have like mental,
no matter if you
and we have reality. So Bkornblume is one of the best
I'm not good at dealing with visitors. It
buffer
reminds me of something
by debuffing, because it debuff all the enemy and make enemy that receive reality damage to have defend minus 15%, so you basically hit harder, and damage taken by 15%. So this is a very good debuff. Then her ulti seals the enemy for 3 rounds. So if your target is immune to seal, they minus their Moxie. Moxie, once you hit 5 Moxie, every time you make a turn, like you use the attack and attack, you gain 1 Moxie. And when you combine or move your skills around, you move it around. Every time you move it, you get 1 Moxie as well. When you get 5 Moxie, the next turn you will get access to their ultimate. So Bkornblume basically can steal the ultimate and prevent the enemy from taking turns. So overall, she's really good in that sense. So I stopped at portrait 3 because the more portrait just basically increases the damage. So if I'm going to use her more offer debuffer and crowd control, so I don't technically need to have her portrait all the way to max. So once I got that, then after that is my DPS. So heal Lilya is my star DPS, and eternity is my mineral DPS. So when you are pulling for the beginner banner, you might want to, I do know that all of you reroll, right? So if you reroll for eternity, that's because at very high level, like once you hit Insight 3, she can solo content. So if she are able to solo, means you don't technically need 6 units for Limbo. You just need 4. 3 main, which is a DPS, buffer, and a healer. Then you can just have Eternity on her own on the other fight. So Eternity can heal herself after she uses the ultimate, which is why she can solo, right? So a lot of people have been doing that, but most of the time I see those that solo, they have Insight 3 and she is level 60. Okay, so this is my reason of pulling